Oh my god, it's Gojira!
Godzilla versus Pacific Rim. Hey wait, that's not the right picture, what is it?
That's right guys, today we're covering Godzilla versus Pacific Rim. Let's get to it. Alright Justin, kick us off. Which is your favorite movie in regards to acting?
Oof, I'd have to say easy one in this category, boys. Godzilla took the win in this category. I mean, the acting wasn't like godlike. I mean, there was some good actors. I mean, Bryan Cranston, you mentioned earlier.
The guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but Pacific Rim really they just shot themselves in the foot. Like the two leads, like the guy and the girl, they were just awful.
Yeah.
Like some supporting characters, they did an okay job, but the leads were just complete garbage.
Yeah, there were a couple scenes where it was really hard for me to watch because it was just so bad. But a couple, Idris Elba, he was the black guy, he was pretty legit. And also in Godzilla, I have to shout out to Godzilla, who did a pretty good job. So, and also that guy from Kick-Ass, what's his name?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, that guy. He was really and I didn't recognize him at first. It took me a while to figure out who he was.
Yeah.
But
Pat actually just told me before we shot this that I was in. I'm like, are you serious? I had no idea.
Yeah. He did a pretty decent job, I mean, with what he had. So, yeah, I think, hands down, Godzilla wins this category.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So, off to the next segment.
So, Pat, tell me what you think about the plot.
Well, in Godzilla, I really liked how they went back to the roots. So, I don't know if you remember, but there was a movie done in the 90s of Godzilla, and in that movie, Godzilla was a bad guy, right? But in the original story, Godzilla is a good guy, and he's fighting off the aberrations of nature, like Mothra and the pterodactyl and all those things. So I really liked how they brought that character back, and I don't know, it was interesting to see it from, human perspective and then Godzilla's perspective and shift throughout. So I prefer Godzilla on this point.
Well, that's where I'll have to disagree because, yeah, I mean, you mentioned how they went back to the roots. I didn't know about that at all. I just thought Godzilla was a bad guy, in the 90s movie, like you mentioned. Not that I even saw the 90s movie. But, for me, Godzilla, it just took a really long time to build up to the fight scenes. Pacific Rim, it didn't joke around. It knew that I wasn't here for the acting. It did what it went to its strengths right away, and it was a love action, and I really liked that, so.
Yeah, but one thing about Pacific Rim, I don't know, the story was a bit predictable, how, the guy would sacrifice himself in the end, but he wouldn't be dead, and yada yada, but it had some good points, but, I don't know, I prefer Godzilla.
Yeah, I know what you mean in terms of predictability, but, really, the whole movie, I'm just really waiting for the last scene. And for me, that wasn't even that great. I mean, we'll get to that next segment.
Alright, so, yeah, let's do this. Alright, we're back. Justin, tell us what you think about the fighting and the manliness and the action.
Okay, well, I thought Pacific Rim won this category. I mean, there was more fight scenes, but I also thought they were better quality. I felt like you could really get into the shoes of the main characters as they were fighting. And when I was watching Godzilla, there wasn't too much fighting by humans, and then when you're watching Godzilla fight the Mutos, I really just felt like a spectator. So that's what I thought. How about you, Pat?
Well, I don't know about you, but pretty much every movie I watch, I'm a spectator. That being said, I preferred Godzilla because, Godzilla's a badass and he looks like a dragon and dragons and shit. So, but Pacific Rim did have good action. I guess it played on the fact that they're giant robots because our generation was Gundam and shit like that. I don't know. It just looks pretty cool. But I have to say Godzilla for me keeps a warm place in my heart, and I preferred Godzilla. So
wow, that actually just happened.
I guess so.
We're done. So guys, I'm finally back. Finally cooled down after those borderline blasphemous statements.
Alright. Maybe I should reiterate. I liked Godzilla as a movie for its fight scenes because I think Godzilla is cooler and more badass than like a robot, even though it's a giant robot. But yeah, it was cooler for me to see Godzilla fight with its like atomic breath and like just destruction. But if you're looking at anime at like an overall point of view, Pacific Rim did have more fight scenes and it was more action oriented than Godzilla, so I can see where you come from.
Like, would you say if you didn't have any emotional affiliation with Godzilla, you would have preferred Pacific Rim's fight scenes?
I would.
Okay, there we go. I'm happy. I understand if you like Godzilla better. I mean, like, everyone has those franchises that they like, you know, like, we're both fans of the Harry Potter series, like we mentioned earlier. Like in our vid. Okay. So,
Alright.
let's wrap this up.
Alright. So, let's tally up the scores real quick. Carry this out.
Asian Math 2-4, Godzilla.
That's right. Godzilla wins 4-2.
No bias at all, guys.
Alright, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to share your opinion, please do. We love reading your comments. You can do so in the comment section below. And if you want to see more, subscribe. So from the both of us, peace.